Hey guys! Today we're going to visit the trendy little neighborhood of Paupys, just next to the Old Town of Vilnius. This area is just east of the Vilnius Old Town and sits on the south bank of the small and quiet Vilnia River, which is really more like a large creek. On the other side of the Vilnia is the trendy neighborhood and self-proclaimed republic of Paupys, which is definitely an area we'll have to look at in a future video. But today, we're just going to walk from the edge of the Old Town to Paupys. Our journey begins at the Bastion of the Vilnius Defensive Wall, and this structure is 400 years old and is currently home to a museum. Surrounding this defensive wall is Bastion Hill, or Bastion Kalnas, which is a lovely place to hang out and look out at the city. Continuing northeast down the hill, we have to go down some steep and irregular steps. Definitely be careful if you're going to be walking up or down this set of stairs. Some steps are really narrow. At the bottom of the stairs, just cross Vilnia Street at the crosswalk and walk along the Vilnia River. You'll pass through the Tymo Farmers Market, or Tymo Turgus, and odds are that you'll simply encounter empty wooden stalls during your walk. But if you're here on a Thursday between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., you'll find all sorts of local vendors and businesses selling everything from fresh fish, meat, and produce to bread, cheese, and handmade crafts. I'll include a link to the market's website in the description if you're interested in checking it out. I would highly recommend it. Passing the Tymo market stalls, it's just a few minutes walk along the Vilnia towards Paupys. The main sidewalk at this point is kind of narrow and not ideal on busy days. This leads to people spilling over to the bicycle path, so this is just something you have to be aware of during busier times of the year. As I mentioned, on the other side of the small river is Paupys, and there are several small bridges that connect to this neighborhood. For us and our destination of Paupys, we're just going to stay on Statue Street and walk straight down this main road. As we get closer to Paupys, it's good to know that this area has been under development for the past few years and is continuing to be developed and revitalized. Pretty much all of the apartment buildings you see have been built in the last few years. As you can see in this video, more apartments are on the way. Close to the city center, but situated in a picturesque and quiet part of the city, Paupys is trendy and popular as a place to live. With most of the apartments being brand new, choosing to live in this neighborhood will definitely be more expensive than other areas further away from the city center. Most one-bedroom or two-room apartments are between 200 and 300,000 euros. At the moment, a search of arodas.lt shows that there's only one place listed for rent, a 62 square meter, two-room flat, going for 1,100 euros per month. As we get closer to the heart of this tiny neighborhood, you can see why property values and rents are so high. It's incredibly beautiful and picturesque, and all very new. The town square is surrounded by apartments, which have trendy little shops on the ground floor. Across the road, there's a business center with a small supermarket, a bakery, a pharmacy, and more. This plan and layout makes everything very walkable for residents, which is good since automobile access to this area is pretty bad. So we're now heading up to the hot spot of the Paupys neighborhood, Paupio Turgus, or the Paupys Market. While there are a few market-type shops in here, the ground floor is mostly a big open food court, but a very chic and trendy food court. Here you can see all sorts of restaurants and food stalls selling everything from ramen to burgers to Georgian food, and if I understand correctly, the floors above that overlook the eating area is for office space. According to the Tymo Turgus website, the market has 17 restaurants, 3 organic and fresh food shops, and 3 bars. They also mentioned that there are around 1,300 plants inside, which is definitely a noticeable feature as you look around. If you are going to be eating here, just place your food order with any of the stalls, and you'll be given a buzzer to alert you when your food is ready for pickup. There's no table service, and so you'll need to put your tray and waste in a designated spot, just like a cafeteria. Heading out of Paupio Turgus, we're going to head down towards the Vilnia River and walk along Vilnios takas. As you can see, it's a beautiful walking path and bicycle trail that goes along the river. This makes Paupys easily accessible if you're traveling by bicycle or scooter, and is something I would definitely recommend doing if you're visiting Vilnius and exploring the city. But that's it for our visit to Paupys and walking through the little neighborhood. If you've been to this neighborhood, share your experience by leaving a comment. I'd love to hear about it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.